Mm, The Hangout is live. Welcome, mate. Number 35. Who is with me today? Please introduce yourself.
Hello there.
Finally,
It's great to be here. I'm Guy.
we have you here on the Hangouts. Finally.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
So,
My name is Guy Glantser. I'm 42 years old, but I feel like 20.
that's really nice. That's really
Yeah.
nice. Impressive.
Although I have 3 kids, so I can't be 20. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Or at least it will be hard.
yeah, it would be. I had 3 boys, so we have a very noisy and messy house. Very happy house, happy family.
Great. Great to hear that.
And in between, I'm also a SQL Server MVP, and I am the owner and the CEO of Madeira, which is a company that deals with not only SQL Server, but mostly SQL Server, with data in general,
Yep.
based in Israel. And that's me, more or less.
More or less. More
Yeah.
or less. And we know each other from Matan, right? Who works together with you. And we saw each other for first time. Oh, by the way, I saw Matan for first time actually at Bits. And
Oh, yeah, really?
yeah, that's the moment when we meet each other also. That's really a
Oh,
bit.
I thought you met before.
Was that?
I thought you met before.
No, we have recorded so many hangouts and stuff like this. We haven't seen each other in the past. Anyway, so
Matan is our CDO in Madeira, and a great person and a good friend. And it's important to say also that we do the SQL Server Radio together. So Matan and I have the SQL Server Radio. We record a show every 2 weeks or so, and it's really fun.
is it still not in English, or do you have an English version also?
No, there's an English version.
There is an English version also.
SQLServerRadio.com. We already have I think 20 something shows already.
Oh, okay, I will link that up
Great.
together with this video. Probably people can subscribe or something like this to it.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. That's really nice. It's really nice. Okay, so decided to talk about something that's quite close. Let's call it to you. Founding a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are already laughing, probably because it's fun, and probably because it's adventurous.
Pure fun. I enjoy every moment of it.
Okay.
Of course, there's a lot of risk and crisis, and I cry a lot too, but it's fun. Again,
Okay. That's interesting.
it's fun. I love it.
That's interesting. Why did you found Madeira in first place? What was the reason?
Oh, well, I would love to say that it was all part of a master plan and I have everything planned in advance, but it wasn't. It actually wasn't. One thing led to another. Actually, I think maybe 8 years ago, I was still an employee for a company. It doesn't matter which company right now. And my education, what I learned from my dad, from my parents, is to be a good employee, to have a secured workplace and stay there. And that was my state of mind for many years. And then at some point in time, I started to hear different things from friends. I started to read some books and articles, and I started to open my mind to other options, to be self-employed, to start something of my own. It was all new to me.
Yep.
Something changed in my mind. It started to.
It's a huge change if you think about it.
It's a process. It doesn't happen in one day, but something. There was probably some moment in time that something changed. It started something, but from that moment, it was a process, and it increases all the time.
So when did you found the company? How old is the company now?
The company is almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years now?
Actually, 8 years. Not even almost. It's 8 years. Yeah.
Oh, nice. I thought it's for 3 or 4 years now.
No, 2007 the company was founded. Actually, it started in my mind, maybe 1 year or 2 years before that.
Yeah.
At some point, I decided that I want to try something else, and I started to work alone, to become a freelance, and to do some projects on my own, to go to customers. I used some connections, friends helped me in the beginning.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was fun. It was my own. What I do is for myself.
Yeah.
I had quite a lot of flexibility in the beginning. It was when my older son was just born, and I wanted to be home as much as I could. So I had the option to, well, at least at the beginning, I could manage my time better and be home more than when I was an employee. And it started like that. And about a year later, after doing a lot of projects for a lot of customers for 1 year, I started to think, is this what I want to do? In my life. And there was a big question that I was thinking about, whether I want to continue being, the best SQL Server expert and to advertise myself as Guy Glantser, SQL Server expert, MVP, whatever.
Yeah.
Just be myself, the expert, or found a company and do something bigger with more people, and not just me, Guy Glantser, something Madeira, for example.
Yeah. For example, Madeira.
Yeah, and it took some time, to realize that I actually want to do it with other people, not just myself. And the idea was to found a company, not because I wanted to earn more money. Of course, I want to earn more money like everybody else, but the idea was to find other people like me that I can work with, I can learn from. We can learn from each other. We can have fun together, and that's the basic of all this thing. And I'm really proud to say that we are 20 people in Madeira today.
That's impressive stuff.
I love each and one of those people. They are great people, not only experts, but great personalities. And it's really, really fun. And I'm living the dream.
So you have already built some serious team around you. That's fantastic.
Yes. And it's great. It's pure fun, like I said.
Yeah. So what are you doing? You said that because I know that you are doing SQL Server as part of in Madeira, but you said that you are not doing only SQL Server. What else is in your portfolio? Let's call it.
Yeah, well, we started with SQL Server only for many years until 1 year ago, more or less. We were only a SQL Server company.
Yep.
And it was important to me to say to everyone, we do just SQL Server. We had a lot of customers coming in and saying, we need some consultancy in Oracle, MySQL, or anything else. We said, no, go to that company and that company. We do SQL Server. If you need SQL Server, come to us.
Yeah.
This was a great advantage because companies that had only SQL Server wanted to go to a company that specializes in this technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was great. But the market is changing, and I'm sure you know that. And today there are many trends like big data and cloud computing and open source technologies. And there are so many technologies out there. And it changes like on a daily basis. And today I feel that when I go to customers and say, we do only SQL Server, it becomes more disadvantage than an advantage, because companies today want to hear that you do data and you have knowledge in not only SQL Server but also Hadoop and Vertica and MongoDB, maybe Cassandra and whatever.
Yeah.
Because they need it all, or they need a few of those and not just SQL Server. So we understood that we need to shift, we need to make the change. And today we are a data solutions company. And we provide solutions around data, and it can be anything. Potentially, it can be any data platform. And as time goes by, we do more and more other projects and other platforms, and we learn a lot, and it's really great. Okay, we get to learn, we get more challenges, more interesting things to do, and more business, and there's a lot out there.
Yeah, that sounds great. One question to you that probably will be interesting to anyone who is going to see that many people struggle, and our company and every single person that's around me struggles with finding good people. How do you manage to find the expertise, the people themselves? Is that a problem for you in Israel?
I think the answer is a lot of hard work.
Yeah, because more or less, I don't know. I don't think that I know a person who can say, "Oh yes, if I need two new people, I can find them like that."
No, it's very difficult. Also in Israel, there's always. I'm in this business, this profession, being a SQL Server DBA in Israel for almost 20 years.
Yep.
And in all my career, there has always been a shortage of DBAs, good DBAs.
Yep.
Companies are always looking for good DBAs, and it's always hard to find them.
Yep.
And as I said, the answer to that is not giving up, interviewing another one and another one, another one, and insisting on only recruiting the best people that you can find.
Yeah.
It's tedious. It takes a long time, but I think that if I can compare to maybe other company that I see what they do and why it makes the difference, maybe is that another company might have an opportunity and they need a DBA right now, and they will take the first DBA they can find just to close the deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and it might be a good idea for the short term, but for the long term, you get a team that is not very good, and I will never do that. I will give up the opportunity, but I will insist on finding the best people. Okay, because I know that there will be another opportunity, but I have a team of 20 experts that go with me everywhere.
Yeah.
More important to me, at least for the long term.
Or as the business gurus are saying, they fit on the culture of the company, right? So that's so business people say more or less every time that employees should fit to the business culture, to the culture of the organization.
Yeah.
This is a famous phrase that many business people are using. And more or less, our company is also, I can see them really frustrated. And we recently had a strategic company meeting around how are we going to find people, because there is just a shortage of people and skills and stuff like this. And we are just refusing offers, and in one word, business, because we don't have the right people to fit in.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of sad, by the way.
And it's hard, but if you insist and you do it right, you get rewarded on the long term.
Yeah. So which is there a bigger challenge than this? What's a challenge? What's your favorite challenge since you started Madeira? What's the biggest one?
Wow, that's a big question.
Of course, it's for a big challenge.
I'll tell you what. There's something that keeps me very busy in the last maybe year or so, and this is, you talked about the culture. So I'm trying to create a culture in Madeira around work-life balance.
Yep.
I'm trying to set an example and to make a change. Restart with myself, then within the company, and then within the market in Israel, in the industry.
Yep.
To work in normal working hours, to have more flexibility, to be able to balance between work and family and friends and stuff. Because in Israel, this is a big problem. A lot of high-tech companies, they expect their employees to work like 24/7.
Really? Is that the case?
To sleep inside the office if they can. And when someone has to leave early, and I'm talking about like 6, 7, even 8 p.m. sometimes, they look at the employee like, hey, where are you going now? There's a lot of work to do.
That's strange, by the way. That's kind of strange.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think that companies nowadays should expect to see their employees working 24/7.
I agree, but it happens a lot.
At the same time, you have the comparison that many people are working from their mobile phones and replying to their email constantly, which is also kind of a problem.
Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have some close friends who see their kids in weekends only.
Yeah.
And this is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So about actually 2 years ago.
Yep.
Something changed in my life, and I made a decision to make a change, to make a difference. And my wife told me then that I'm in a position as a CEO of a company. I'm in a position to make a change, not just for myself, to make a change for other families, for other people, and to start something. And I took that, and I had a vision, and I presented the vision in front of all the employees and their families. And it started from there, and it's something that keeps me very busy. So I study a lot about work-life balance and all kind of HR models.
Yeah.
And we're experimenting all the time. We experiment within our company, and we try all kinds of things. We try to give our employees as much flexibility as possible. Work whenever you want, whenever you can, from wherever you can. Make your own schedule. Take
They
vacation
appreciate that, right?
whenever you want, as long as you know you do your work well, and it connects with the business goals, and everyone gets happy this way.
Yeah.
It's more complicated than that, of course.
Of course.
This is the biggest challenge for me, and it's a huge challenge. It's very, very interesting. I'm busy all the time thinking. I'm trying to improve, and how can we do that? We have a lot of discussions around this thing. Very interesting stuff for me. Actually.
Yeah, of course. From your point of view, that should be very, very interesting. Of course.
It's a big challenge because as a consulting company, we charge customers by the hour, and we have lots of projects. And from a financial point of view, my interest is for my employees to work more and more and more.
Yeah, of course.
And telling my employees, don't work so hard, work less. You go home. Telling this to people is I believe in that, but it has implications on the company financial. It's complicated, difficult.
It's a really hard balance. It's a really hard balance.
Yeah, very hard balance.
Yeah, but at the same time, is appreciated by your people, right?
Yeah. So if we look at the incentive and you know, except for really this is something that comes from the heart, you know.
Yeah.
So if you put that aside, from a business perspective, I really think that in the long term, this is something that is good for the business because employees are happy. They work better. They stay longer. They talk to other people and tell them good things about a company, and you know, it's just helps the company in the long term.
Yeah. The problem, and it hurts me to say that, but the problem is how many companies actually really think about that and think in that way. Because I have so many friends that are so happy.
Right. So yeah, one of the things with the vision that I had, and I presented it to all the employees, the vision is again I made a change, a big change in my life 2 years ago. I was a workaholic before that. I worked many hours myself. Yes, and I made a change, and today I can say proudly, I go out from the office at around 3:30, 4 p.m. top every day, and I spend the afternoon with my kids almost every day, and I don't work in the evenings or at night or on weekends. I don't check emails from home, nothing. Okay? I do the best I can within normal
time frame
every day, and I'm really proud of it. So it starts for myself, and I trying to set an example to my employees, and then we are trying to build a culture in Madeira so other employees are able to do that as well. And the next stage, and we're starting thinking about how we do that, is to set an example as a company to the entire industry, to show our customers and our competitors that they can do that as well.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that many people will hear that, because I believe everyone will let's go this way. Everyone will win from that, because I believe
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, let me show you something.
Yeah.
Here's a book.
Which one is this?
I think it's
Ricardo.
The 7-Day Weekend by Ricardo Semler.
Okay.
It's just an example, one of the books that's on my table right now because I'm reading on my desk because I'm reading it. Ricardo Semler was the CEO of a company, a Brazilian company called Semco.
Okay.
It's a very interesting story. You can watch it. I watched his presentation on TED.
Oh, he presented on that?
And yeah, that was where I get to know this guy, and I bought his books and started reading. Very interesting stuff. He took a company I think in the 80s, a company that was very old-fashioned with a strict hierarchical structure. And, you know, managers and employees are completely, different conditions, and everything is very strict, and you are measured by the working hour that you do and stuff like that. And he took that company and made very yeah, I think he called it industrial democracy or something like that.
Okay.
He gave employees in Semco, in his company, full control, full decision options with what's going on with the company. So an employee in Semco could really work whenever and wherever he wants, and he has a full decision on what's going on in the company, on strategic decisions of the company, like buying another company. So they make a vote with all the employees. Everyone has a his own vote, and people even get to set their own salaries. It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But he built a model, very unique, very innovative, and it worked. That I don't know the numbers, but he made the company so much successful by doing those changes on the long term, and it's really interesting. So I study.
That's a really interesting approach. I believe I will also take that book at some point in my career. We'll see that. That's a really not that like standard approach to that, to operating and to managing companies and people.
Very innovative, and it feels like the true thing, the way we should do it, at least for me. And I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to learn and to improve. And you asked me about my biggest challenge. This is my biggest challenge.
Work-life balance. Yeah, that's true. So one last thing. Many people probably, I don't know, I would track down, of course, after some time, how many people saw that video. But many people, I'm sure, because I know such people, many people are wondering if they go on their own, how are they going to find customers? How are they, because that's the most frequent fear, right? When is the appropriate moment to switch to freelance? When you have 1 year booked of work, and how do you manage to find new customers?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's good for everyone.
Okay.
I think you need a set of attributes, characteristics to succeed as a self-employed.
Yep.
And I can say for myself that I knew that before. I just tried and it went well for me.
Yep.
Not always that successful, that easy. That there are times that you don't have customers, you don't have nothing. You have the fear of what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
Okay? How am I going to earn money for a living? So there are good times and bad times. It's part of the whole deal. One of the things that I think you need to have is I think hope is
okay,
is the right word here. So that whenever you have a crisis, you have a bad period, okay, you need to believe in yourself and to know that it's just a bad period and it's going to go away, and you can learn from it, okay? So you don't just have to say, oh shit, it doesn't work and I don't know what to do. You can just look at what's happening and try to learn from this, okay? What happened? Why did I go there? How can I improve? How can I do better? And if you try to learn, you improve all the time, and it's going to get better next time, okay, next year or whatever. So if you have that attitude, I think that's the most important thing. Okay,
yep.
So you can start your journey, and you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be hard at times, but you're gonna be fine. And in order to find customers, well, you have to work hard. You have to do marketing. Okay,
yeah.
So you have to learn this stuff, and you have to have your own website and to write articles and posts and maybe videos like we do now, and everything that you can do to advertise yourself or your company to get people to know you. People wrote books and courses about marketing.
Yeah, it's a whole science behind that thing. Yeah.
But you learn as you go. You learn all the time. I don't think that in order to start a company, you have to learn for several years and to know everything about starting a company. Just go ahead and try it. And yeah, there's a risk here, but the risk is not that big for me, I think, at least.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day,
you can do some money along the way. The worst thing that can happen is it didn't work out. Let's go back, find a job, and everything is okay.
Yeah, that's by the way, I believe that people are somehow missing that part. They believe that if they quit from their normal job and their business does not succeed, they cannot go back and find another job, and that scares them.
And it's so not true.
Yeah, and it's absolutely not true. Yeah, that's true. But do you believe that if you are going on your own, do you believe that you have to be prepared to have at least 2 or 3 months of work already booked for you?
I think
there's some money in the bank to support you until you think that you are going to get the next.
Well, I don't know if you have to have 3 months booked for you, but money in the bank, yeah. Well, you have to be,
okay.
You have to have some kind of financial back to start with, okay? Because otherwise, you will be so nervous, and you can't act, you can't do anything because you don't have the money to support it, and you like after 2 weeks, okay, I can't go on, I have to find a job. So
Yeah.
you have to have this period to start, and you need financial back for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So enough for business. Let's switch the gear with the last question that obviously I ask many people: where can people see you next? You are speaker. That's already, I believe we already mentioned that.
Yeah.
But where are you planning to speak next?
Well, I hope to speak at the PASS Summit 2015.
Okay, that's in the States.
We don't have the results yet, okay, about who is going to speak there, but I sent a few abstracts.
Okay.
I hope so. If I do get there, I'll be there anyway, but I hope to speak there as well in Seattle in October.
Yep.
And I don't have anything else planned at the moment, but I'm sure
because
I will.
It's the summer coming, or because of something else?
No, just too much work to do in the office.
Okay, so
but we're planning a new online course. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to do. I don't have dates yet, but we're going to do a course training. I think it's going to be 2 days. I'm not sure yet. About advanced query tuning.
Okay.
So I'm going to we're going to try to start a pilot with this course. I don't know when it's going to be the next the first cycle anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's going to be a success, and I'm going to do it more and more.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Of course, if there is a need.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. So is nothing else but the PASS Summit and upcoming video online.
As of this point, yeah.
As of okay, so you have to keep us updated, obviously, if you decide something else in the summer. Okay, because there are so many, at least in Europe, there are so many events in September and October. It's just insane.
I know.
And I'm not even mentioning the States, because these guys there are completely nuts. But just in Europe, there are so many.
Yeah, the problem is September and October. First of all, it's a holiday season in Israel.
Really? Why?
Yeah, we have a lot of gatherings and family dinners and stuff that I
Oh, that's some kind of a tradition, or?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know, one of my boys' birthday is in September.
That's important. Yeah.
We have lots of family stuff around this period, so it's hard for me to travel.
Okay, so you collect all of your powers for the PASS Summit, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and you will be on the MVP Summit also?
Sorry?
Do you plan the MVP Summit to attend the MVP
I think so, yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's, by the way, a quick tip. If I had to choose for the two for attending one of those two, it will be the MVP Summit.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Well, it's my first year as an MVP, so I haven't been there before.
That's why I'm telling you that you will be stunned what this thing is. I was last year there for first time. It blew me away. It was completely, that was amazing.
Now that you say that, I'm going to MVP Summit.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to take this opportunity and definitely go and.
I will.
It's going to be 3 or 4 days. You are going to be really tired after every day, because all of the sessions are brainstorming actually, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Well, great.
Yeah.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so because I don't want to be killed, as I told you, we have to stop this right now, right now. Thank you very much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm happy that we had you, that we are having you at the end. All the best to Matan and everyone else, and I hope to see you soon. What else?
Yeah, me too. Thank you very much, Boris.
Absolutely. And we're probably the next one we have to do it together with Matan. We'll see.
Absolutely.
The CTO, he can share some interesting experience. You're the CEO, you can share some interesting experience. We'll decide on the topic on the fly.
Excellent. We love that.
Okay. So leaving you now. Thanks again for being here, and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.